My name is Armand Chaudhary and I'm a senior at Hall High School.
Hi, I'm Belle Farnham. I'm a senior at Hall High School.
My name is Cyrus Henry and I'm a senior at Hall High School.
My name is Cole Canary and I'm a senior at Hall High School.
My name is Carol Blavis and I teach Voices of Inspiration and Rebellion.
Hi, my name is Hunter Parker. I'm one of the co-teachers for Voices of Inspiration and Rebellion.
I'm Dan Zatoon, principal of William Hall High School in West Hartford, Connecticut.
Most days, my real battle is doing good versus doing nothing.
In Voices, we kind of write assignments that we would never get in any other class. So really like creative, like open-ended, more open-ended assignments, and then we get to share them and workshop them with our classmates.
Right now we're working on our final presentation. Students have different varieties of topics they can do. They can do a declaration of belief, declaration of war, a story that must be told.
I'm working on a declaration of belief about my personal belief of running straight into things.
Voices is an amazing collaboration between the English department and the theater department, bringing together the skills of both disciplines to equip students with the writing skills and the speaking skills they need to go forward into the world with all their amazing ideas.
Well, I mean, in a lot of other classes you have like a specific format or topic, but in this class the focus is like writing from your heart and writing so you can say what you need to say.
The biggest thing that I grapple with is finding my own voice as a writer, because the structure that we're given is really, really broad and really meant to hone your individual writing voice. And so finding that for me, that freedom has both been amazing and also a really daunting challenge.
So the story that I'm telling is a story about my great aunt Anne, who lived to be 107 years old and had an amazing life. And I was actually there on the night that my great aunt passed away. And kind of what my whole piece is centered about is that in those final hours, as lots of family was streaming through her house, when my dad, my mom, and my siblings visited, my great aunt thought to offer us, her great nephews and nieces, candy as she was lying on her deathbed. And I talk about the implications and significance of that.
The course is really special. It's unlike an acting class because they're not presenting someone else's words, they're presenting their own words, and that takes a very different skill set. It also takes a lot of honesty and vulnerability and courage.
In Voices, we have two unique teachers, Miss Blavis and Miss Parker. They are so open, they give you so much feedback, whatever you need, they'll help you with. And we have a classroom environment where everyone is open to everything.
And so I came into class like experience based, and I don't want to write about it like you guys are killing.
It's a closed space where if you say something, they won't go and tell their friend what you said. It's an area where you'll feel comfortable, feel like you're a family.
Students feel safe to learn, students feel comfortable, and all the things that we do need to be based on those foundations. And so when you have that, and I believe Hall has that safe space foundation there. And once again, we're always model of continuous improvement. We always want to continue to get better, but I believe we have a very strong foundation. And so what that foundation allows us to do is allow students to be able to take risks and take chances and be willing to be okay with not having all the right answers and not have to always feel like they have to be perfect. And when you have that when you have that safe space, that's when some really deep learning can occur.
Something I think that's really significant about this process and about this class as a whole is really forming these bonds with the people that are in this class with you, because it's a very trusting space and you get to know things about them that they wouldn't necessarily be comfortable telling to just anyone, because of the bond that you form in this class and the collective trust and the willingness to put yourself out there and the openness with feedback, and it's really something that I've never gotten in any other class.
Good. Now I want you to try to ground yourself, okay? I want to come back to the truth, the thing that is true and lovely about you that you decided earlier today to speak. Okay? I want you to close your eyes for a second.
One of the most profound changes or experiences for me in this course in collaboration with theater is the theater discipline bringing into this English classroom the idea that we are an ensemble. That's not a metaphor typically present in English literature classrooms, that everyone in the space is there to support every other person and to make every other person's performance better, that we all gain in that process. And that ensemble building is predicated on a lot of trust.
It's really a heterogeneous class, you know, so you have students who might have been the year before in AP English and other people who are more maybe in a standard American Lit, and kind of coming together. And so now in this idea where when they're speaking and doing some of the storytelling and the other skills, the interaction that they have with each other, they're really kind of learning so much from each other.
I think the thing that we do to get the students to trust each other is we just really set the bar high from the beginning. And we really encourage them. I have encouraged them with what I do in workshopping their pieces to own their words.
I would love to have a volunteer to come up and workshop part of your piece. Maybe, Devin, was that you? Yeah, sure. Yes, awesome. Okay, thank you.
My name is Devin Schaefer, and this piece is my declaration of belief in the reality of cliches, or closure. I am healing.
So these are words that they wrote. These are words that are true to them. And so in the beginning of the year, we're working more on the technical aspects of presenting, such as vocal choices, body choices. Are they grounded? Are they present? Are they able to speak their words clearly? And are they articulate? Can they be understood? As the year progresses, those things come a little bit more naturally to them. So yes, they're still important, but what we really work towards is, are they being authentic? Are they owning their words? Are they captivating? Are they being honest and truthful? Not just with the words they've written, but with how it comes out. It's gonna be hard for us, but just work for that. So nice progress already on that. What's something you notice about the tone of Cole's voice? Who can give some feedback on that? Yeah, soothing. Caroline?
It kind of like, you're not playing to the end. Like,
yeah.
So it's like, I want to know, I have no idea what's coming.
Absolutely. He does a really good job of being present where he is and like kind of stringing us along. So we're like, ooh, what did she do?
So my first piece of the year, I wrote about being shy and quiet and how that's impacted my life and made me pretty insecure. But then in this last piece, I write about the same topic, but with a new context of like being more confident and wanting people to accept me the way I've accepted myself.
The whole class teaches you to formulate your thoughts in a quality piece of writing and present them in a confident, expressive, and honest way.
I'm doing a declaration of belief. The title of it is One Love. My piece focuses on me being a minority student at a predominantly white institution. For the past 14 years, I've been a part of this school district in West Hartford. I live in Hartford, but I come to West Hartford to receive an adequate education. My piece focuses on me being a student at a predominantly white institution and the struggles I went through on being a part of this school.
Sometimes the first time you go off book without this, you're kind of like in your head. So we'll just do that again. Okay. Is that cool? Okay. So, and it's look at me, and I want you to look at them.
The most difficult part about doing this presentation was telling others that don't know me or I'm not truly connected to my truth, getting out of my comfort zone, allowing others to see what I went through.
We hope to get that inner critic voice turned down, the volume down, if not off altogether. It's really hard to turn it off, but I'm actually explicit about it. Let's say we need to take that inner critic and turn it down, and let's listen to what the audience is hearing, and let's amplify the pieces we want to amplify and adjust the pieces that we want to adjust. By the time we hit the end of the year, every kid in the room has heard every other student's piece. And so students are able to offer feedback along the lines of, you know, what you're doing in this last paragraph is a lot like this idea you opened up in September in this first piece. And that's a powerful experience.
I don't know, before this year I was hesitant to share my writing because I didn't really know what people would think of it, but now it's really, the class puts an emphasis on like, this is my voice and this is what I have to say, and like being able to hear what people think of it.
Repeat after me. Bata gata. Bata gata, bata gata. Bata gata, bata gata, bata gata. Gata bata. Even if you like are like tie up. Okay, so listen, support. Break the leg, everyone.
You can say anything that you want in that room without being mocked or judged. And not only that, you'll be listened to.
They will confess to preconceived ideas about their peers. Understanding that in being able to observe themselves working at dropping those preconceptions as a peer will open up and share his or her story. They come to, I mean, sort of self-evident, but they come to new understandings of each other and realize that they have way more in common than they might have understood.
Voices is where you tell your story. Your voice will be heard. Your voice can be heard.
You don't unlive that experience if you have been able to, as a senior in high school, stand in a dark auditorium and declare your truth to your peers and some grown-ups. You get to take that with you forever. And hopefully that lives in you as you need to declare your truth in other situations for the rest of your life.
This is a declaration of war on being forced out of my shell.
The title of my piece is One Love.
Caramels for my great aunt.
My piece is entitled Run.
When I was around 8, someone I was supposed to look up to said, "I think Isabel's coming out of her shell."
Look at me. I'm an educated black male, graduating from Hall High School in just 13 days.
My great aunt was named Anne Belizzi. Born in San Basil, Italy, she died in 2015 in Simsbury, Connecticut.
My friend offers to take me on a run after play rehearsal. I don't have a strong habit of exercising, and I know I'm in deficit.
I'd always thought that to be successful, I'd have to be more sociable. However, I've realized that no amount of conversations or presentations or even connections with other humans make me any more successful unless I'm being simply the person that I am.
If it wasn't for my faith, I would have never been able to walk through these school doors.
What was it like to be on this earth since 1908 and remember it all?
My movements are magnetized by the moment, and I accelerate along a path that I have no hope of resisting. A cliff's edge. That's where I led us.
The person I want to be is me, all of me, and I am quiet and introverted and shy. Stop trying to force me out of my shell. It's my home, not my prison.
And at the end of it all, what came to her lucid mind as she lay in her deathbed was that she should offer candy to the child in her home. That choice demonstrated a lot. It demonstrated that civility and decency, even in the face of death, are among the very things that make us human.
I'm going to keep running into things. Running isn't choppy. Running isn't hesitant. Running is self-assured and deliberate. Running is fluid and free. You don't have forever. For the love of God, run.
Now is the time to make a difference. Let's do it together. Let's take the next step into the bright future and not a step back into the dark past. Let's do it together. I rise up today.